Vietnam. Nam. Some of these old war veterans call it Nam. Vietnam. I have no idea what it means. I've never been to Nam. I don't know what Nam is like. But I met a guy who told me a strange story about what his grandfather did in Vietnam. So I had a friend, his name was Colonel Baxter. Right? Now this is the grandfather telling the story. So him and Colonel Baxter was posted at this particular part of the base in Vietnam. What he was doing in Vietnam was different than what they were saying in the news. Apparently they were testing certain chemicals and its effect on people and so on. So Colonel Baxter was also working for the CIA. And the products. So anyway, Baxter was working for the CIA. And Baxter had a son. His son was kind of tricky. His son was a young footballer. All right. He was a striker. He used to give a lot of trouble, but he was very, very good. Anyway, so Baxter's cover, when he was going on trips, he would always set up these elaborate soccer competitions in the area that he wanted to do his underground work. And that's how he would get into countries, get into areas, infiltrate people and organization under the sport football. So anyway, so they're in Vietnam and they have these chemicals and so on that they tested. Now at this stage, my grandfather does not know what they are testing the chemicals for. Okay? Let's give the grandfather a name. Let's call him Peacock. All right? So they realize that, hey, they're going to have to do something here to kind of increase the scale of the testing. They need to get the Vietnamese people involved in championing this new product. Okay, championing this new product. So they was really trying to figure out ways to get the product into different streamlined systems, try to get it into the water. That's not practical. The chemicals are very toxic, They try to get it in the food, same thing. It's very obvious when it's in the food and so on. It's very odious. It has a strong taste. So didn't work. So they set up a soccer competition in Vietnam. Okay. Now, in the meantime, there's a war going on. So it's a little bit tricky to have people wanting to go and compete when there's bombs and bullets flying. So Colonel Baxter and Peacock decided that they're going to create a safe zone and they're going to go under the guise of ending the war. The war is terrible. War is terrible. Now, they created this safe zone. And in this safe zone, no soldiers were allowed to have weapons and were allowed to fight in any type of way. As a matter of fact, uniforms are not encouraged, but they can understand that it's war times and some people, all they have is uniforms. So soldiers would leave their guns on the outside of these safe zones and they would go in and they could calmly sit and eat and watch a football match by some top athletes. So something started happening though. At these matches, people's kids were disappearing at alarming rates. People were finding blood, hair, teeth, toes, ears, everywhere. And the kids were never seen. Nobody understood what was happening. The soldiers weren't taking the kids, the soldiers were still there. Who were taking these kids? It was insane. So that was kept on a hush, on a DL, because they didn't want to stop their investigation. They was plugging in with the city. They had the soldiers coming in there. Leaders were starting to come in and say, hey, this is the best thing that happened. This might stop the war. And they were getting done what they wanted to get done. But at the same time, the people in the village were in turmoil. Their babies were missing. So we have two things working here. Some real eerie shiznaf going on at these games. And there's also some bullshit going on with these chemicals. So there was a guy by the name of Oroto. Mr. Oroto is a Vietnamese businessman. He had a laundromat. Okay? And he was he was one of those guys who's trying to make his money any way he can. His morals were a bit loose and slippery. So they decided to test some of these chemicals on the clothing. First, they tried to use it as detergents, but it didn't work. But they realized that these chemicals acted like, they didn't act like liquid. When they interacted with fabric, it's almost as these chemicals were areas. That's may not even be a word. But anyway, so they developed this technology called airless dryers cleaning. Airless dryers cleaning, where they would use these chemicals to get stains and oils out of very sensitive fabrics. So the CIA, General Colonel Baxter, and Peacock had their mission in good order. Things were flowing smoothly on their end. They got this guy now to take the chemicals and use it in some practical way where hundreds of thousands of people could come into contact with it. These kids were dying. What's going on? What's happening here? One day, during one of the games, the lights went out suddenly. Screams were heard all over the stadium. And someone could see a huge dark figure running through, grabbing the referee, and running out of the stadium. Everything was... So shit wasn't done. These people went crazy. What the hell is that creature? And why did they take the referee? The people were more concerned about the game continuing, that was their main concern. That was their main concern. They didn't even want to see football. They want to see peace. So anyway, man, shit went down. That people scattered out the stadium. Footballers grabbed their balls and left. They're nuts. They didn't grab the soccer balls. That's not practical, But, that's in a real, just signifying kind of way. Just, hey, I'll grab my nuts and fuck you, creature, but I'm out of here. I'm not going to fight you. I don't know what you are. We're going to regroup. They left and they regrouped, okay? So, shit. We got referees missing. We got small children going. Holy crap. All right, so these guys, mission accomplished, though. All right, because the main deal was to get this Vietnamese prostitute business guy to go ahead and use their chemicals to test on the people. Now, at this stage, because of how many children was missing and the fact that a referee went missing, Peacock was now really interested in what are we testing her? What are we testing? What are we testing on who and why? Who are these people? What are the chemicals testing for? Colonel Baxter was a little bit reserved. Sir, it's a need to know, must know kind of situation. And right now, clearly, you didn't need to know shit. Shit is going down, dude. We're winning. Yeah, but Peacock is like, nah. All those kids, man. What's going on with those babies? You don't have kids? Nope. Ah, shit. Still, I gotta know what's going down. It's not a big deal. It's not a big deal, actually. It's nothing deadly, nothing dangerous, nothing to worry about. Peacock, ease up, move up. Nah, man, please. Shit. All right, I'm gonna just say a little bit, okay? What we're testing to see, these chemicals, they're very reactive, okay? And they're reactive to DNA, and they are also reactive to behavior. Now, we could program these chemicals to react to, well, we think we could program these chemicals to react to certain types of behavior. And one of the things we want to test for these particular group of chemicals that we have here in Vietnam, well, you know, there's a group of us in Texas that since this whole LGBTQ movement started, we haven't been too happy. And we've sent a team down here to really see if we could have some chemicals that we could put into different products. That, you know, if a homosexual were to drink this product or to put on this clothing, we will get a signal and there would be some type of change in how the product is working and the color of it and so on. So let's say somebody goes on and they tries on a nice suit somewhere and it's a nice blue suit. Well, one of the arm of the suit will suddenly turn pink, you know. Maybe some flowers would appear on the front of the suit, you know, a butterfly, I don't know, you know. But we're testing, we're in the testing phases. But these are the type of things that happen, and sometimes it'll happen over a period of time, you know. Somebody who might be a closet homosexual, for example, they might buy a suit and, you know, they might be married and have children and so on. And, you know, this suit is, you know, gonna, over a period of time, is gonna start showing little signals. Maybe only to the FBI and the CIA is gonna know, you know. And then maybe we could blackmail this guy and be like, hey, we know you're a butt pirate, okay? So this is how the CIA works. Keep this to yourself, Peacock. And you, Mr. Thornhole of Comedy, you better not be letting out our secrets.